Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand how programs store information using variables and data types. And specifically, we will learn about Kotlin. How do we declare variables and data types? And don't worry, if you are new to programming, we will start from basic. So if you don't know what is variable and data type, I'm going to explain you everything in this video. So let's start the video. So before learning programming, we need to understand one simple word, which is data. What is data? A data is a raw fact or figure. But what does it mean? It simply means information. Yes, data is a information. For example, your name is a data, your age is a data, your marks, your phone number, that is also a data. So how this is connecting to programming? So whenever we build any app or any we write any program, so it also work with data. Like a banking app which stores your bank balance is also showing a data. A game which calculate your score is also working with data. So what is the score in that game? It's your data. So in programming word, whatever you are seeing around you is a data. For example, you are watching my video, so it means you are consuming a data which is provided by the YouTube to you, which is in video format. If you see the timing of the video, it is also a data which is telling the timer of the video. And if you see the title of the video, it is also a data. So there are multiple type of data. So let's explore about it. If you see here, we are given some data like 25, 99.5, true, Rahul, and a character, or we can say a single alphabet A. So what does all this implies? So this implies that all data are not same. For example, a 25 is a whole number, 99.5 is a decimal number, true or false, it is a boolean value, Rahul, it is just a text, A is just a single character. So in programming, to represent all these different type of data, we do have something called data types. So in Kotlin language, we do have multiple data types which represent each type of data. So let's move to the data type in Kotlin. So for example, if we say data type, the int data type, it is just a name given to the type of data which we are going to work with. So if we say int, it means an integer value, or we can say it is a whole number. When we say double, it is a number with decimal. If we say boolean, it only contains two values, either true or false. If we see character, then here it is something which comes inside single quotes. You can see here, if I write a inside a single quote, it is a character. If I write 1 inside a single quote, it is a character. It will not be considered as integer. And if I write any symbol like question mark inside single quotes, then it will be again considered as a character. But what is a string? A string is a combination of characters. You can say, if I take a single r and write it inside single comma, so it is a character. But if I combine so many characters, then it becomes a string which is nothing but a text. So like Rahul, so everything is a text in this page, everything is a text. So I hope you are clear with what is data types. So this is nothing, this is just a specific name given to the type of a data. That's why these are known as data types. I hope you are able to understand me. So if I ask you a question that what is the purpose of data type? So its simple answer is data types tells the computer what kind of information we are working with. And its example I will give you in this video only. Just stay tuned. So now as we have understood what is data and what is data type. So here is a question, but how do we store this data inside a program? In real life, when we want to store something, we use a box to store that and write a label on it. And in programming language, the labeled box is called variable. So what are variables and why do we need them? Variable are nothing, just is it is just like a container which is used to store the data. And I have told you that about the data types. So as data types are different, which means we have different type of data. So we do have different type of variables too. Because inside the variable, if we are storing the data, which means we are going to store different type of data. So we do have different type of variables. Now the question is, why do we need variables? We need variables to store the data and keep the information safe and access it later whenever we need it. So that's it. That's why we need the variables. So let me show you how we can write variable in Kotlin language. So here is an example which shows how we can write or declare a variable inside our program in Kotlin language. So what is var, what is age, what is this colon, what is this int, and what is this 25. So as we talked about data, so 25 is nothing but a data. 25 is a data. And what is this age? This age is the name given to this data. So age of a person is 25. What this int is showing, it shows what kind of data it is. It is an integer. So that's why we wrote int here. And what does this colon means? It means that after this age, we will write its data type. And equal to is just an assignment, which means we are assigning this age as 25. What does this var means here? Now this is how we declare a variable in Kotlin language. We just use a var keyword to store our data in Kotlin language. So this was an example. Let's take another example. Here you can see we are taking another example. Simply where we have used just to tell the computer that we are declaring a variable. What are variable? It is a box where we store data. Okay. So what is this name? It is a name of the variable. And what is this string? It shows what kind of value this variable will contain. String is nothing but a sequence of characters, we can say. And how it is written, and equals to implies that we are assigning this value to this. So how do we write string? We write string inside double quotes. So this is a format of writing any string, that we write it inside a double quotes. So similarly, let's see another example. Again, we have written var to tell the computer that we are creating a variable. Then we have given a name to this var, which is price. Then colon means to say that now we are going to write its data type, which is double. I have already told you what is double. It is a data type which store decimal values. And here you can see we are storing decimal value, which is 99.5. So you can see I have given some note of what is string and what is double. So this was a theory part. Let's do practical in our IntelliJ IDEA. So this was the last interface where we left our IntelliJ IDEA. So let's create a new file. So go to Kotlin, just right click on it and go to new, create a Kotlin class or file. Let's name this as lecture 1, and it is going to be Kotlin file. So go to file and press enter. And you don't have to worry about the code which I am going to write. Just focus on the topic which I am explaining to you. So right here, one main, and give a curly braces. And here, let us suppose we are storing age of a person. So what I told you, how do we tell the computer that we are going to declare a variable? We write var space, then we write name of the variable. Let's say age. Then we tell what kind of data type it is. So for this, we have to firstly use colon, then write int, which mean to say it is an integer, is equals to, let's suppose the age is 25. So here you can see we have successfully created a variable, and this is its data type and it is its value. This is its name. This is age of a person, but age get changed with time. can we reassign it? Can we change the age again? Then the answer is yes. You just have to write age is equals to 26. Now how the compiler will execute this? So compiler reads from top to bottom. So when the compiler will come to this function, it will firstly read where, and so it will understand that we are creating a variable with name age and we are going to store an integer value in it, and its value is 25. And when it will reach next line, it will change this age value to 26. So if we try to print this age, so what do you think the answer is going to be? It is going to be 25 or 26. So answer, I have already told you how compiler will execute this. It will get executed line by line. So firstly, it will read this line, then it will read this line. So it must print 26. So let's run this. So our program got executed and you can see it is printing 26. So if I write here 27, it is printing 27. So through this, what we understood that we can update the value of any variable. What if we have a data and we don't want to change its value? For example, there is a person or there is a student whose roll number will remain same throughout his school career or college career. So for that, are we going to use where roll number int is equals to 1 2 3 4 5? So this roll number is never going to change throughout his college career. But if I write in the next line, roll number is equals to 1 2 3 4 6, then you can see we are able to change this. So there is no security in this data. So what if we do something change so that we cannot modify this data? So for this, we can just write in place of where, we can just write val. Val mean to say value and where mean to say variable. So if I write it as val, so you can see we can never change this value again because it will give an error. You can see val cannot be reassigned, which means we cannot change it. Here you can see if we try to change this roll number value from 1 2 3 4 5 to 1 2 3 4 6, we cannot do this. It will give an error. So let's remove this line. So I hope you have understood the difference between where and val. Where is just changeable container where we can store the data which can change in future, and val contains a data which cannot be changed in future. So here I have given in notes that what is where is mutable and val is immutable. Mutable means to say we can change this, and immutable means we cannot change this. You can see here in the example, I have written a country as India. Then again, if I want to change this, it will give an error because it is val type of container. And here it is where type of container. So we can change the marks from 80 to 90. So if you want these notes, then you can join my Telegram channel. I will provide the notes there only. Now we will learn the concept of type inference. So what happened? You can see this is, I taught you how we can declare any variable and how we can initialize it. So here, what is this? This is just a keyword to tell the computer that we are going to declare a variable. This is name of the variable and this is the type of the variable and this is the value which we are going to store. So in Kotlin, we can completely remove this. Here you can see this statement will also work with Kotlin because Kotlin is a smart language and it can itself understand that 25 is an integer. Here you can see this was the last code we wrote. If I remove this, here if I remove this integer, you can see it is not giving me any error. Why? Because the Kotlin is itself able to understand that the 25 is an integer. But what if I change this age is equals to 20 28. You can see it is still not giving me error because here we have decided the age is going to be an integer type of value. Here also we are changing it to an integer. But what if I write age is equals to 28.1? Now you will see it will give me an error. Why? Because here the Kotlin understood that the age is going to be integer type of value. Here also we have assigned an integer to it, but here you can see we are assigning or we are trying to assign a double value to age, but age is already an integer. So if you hover around it, you will see assignment type mismatch, which means to say the type of this variable which we are going to assign to it, it is mismatch. You can see actual type is double, but int was expected. Here Kotlin is expecting us to replace it with an integer value, but we are putting here double value. So that's why it will give an error to us. So similar thing happens with string and other data types. So you can try it with your own. I hope you have understood it. And if you can understand 50% of this video, the concept I am teaching you, if you can understand 50% of this video, then you can definitely come to the next video. Otherwise, please watch this video again because this concept is very important in Kotlin, and without clearing this concept, you cannot understand other concepts. So if you are from any other programming background, then it will be easy for you. Otherwise, if you are from non-coding background, I can understand that it is difficult for you because it is difficult for everyone who is learning programming for the first time. So let's remove this. So what we have covered in this video, we covered what is data and different type of data and how do we store variables in our program, and also we have covered its syntax, and we have learned how Kotlin detect the data type automatically, and we have learned about where and well. So make sure you clear all these concepts and then only you move to the next video, and the next video is going to be strings in Kotlin. So thank you for watching the video and be prepared for the next video.